This is Daf Yomi Yerushalmi Demai. That's why Medalad in the article Ozbar edition, right at the top of the Medalad Yon Tip Shu Samach Shabbos in the Vilna. It is on Yud Zayin Amud Aleph, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines down. Yon Tip Shu Samach Shabbos. Yontav, which is adjacent Shabbos, whether before or after Shabbos. Also, according to you have 2 Yom Tov Shel Goliath. Manamar Kedusha Achas, he holds it's one Kedusha. Ochel, he can eat on the basis of asking the Amor, it's one day on the next day. Manamar Shtei Kedusha saying, he holds that there are 2 Kedushos, separate Kedushos. Ain't Ochel. He can't eat from the basis of what he asked one day on the second day. Even according to the opinion that it holds that they are 2 kedushos, nevertheless, ochel ad shalon yireh la'aser ma'aser ben asayim. The sugi here is very choppy, and Mashbiach has a long explanation of it, and we're going to go with the Mashbiach's explanation. And let me just open it up here. So let's start this sequence again. I feel man Mashtei Kedusha saying, in the opinion holds 2 kedushos. You can eat as long as there's not been time to meiser between the 2 days. Utninan, and we learned it. Sholo b'yontif ochel b'Shabbos. If you ask him on Yontif, you can eat on the Shabbos right afterwards. B'Shabbos ochel Yontif. And you ask on Shabbos, you can eat on Yontif. Well, if that's the case, what do you mean? What happened to the fact that 2 Kedusha saying? Yonah b'Shem Rabbi Zir said, "Tipote b'peir shenis b'chol daito aleim erev Shabbos." We're talking about. And this is this Mashbiach's explanation, a little bit difficult. It says that we're talking about where you were somech, you relied on this fruit from Erev Shabbos, and you therefore can rely on the asking on Shabbos for the subsequent Yontif. Avo Pershum Nois Malem Erev Shabbos Lobada, but now with food which you were not relying on them from Erev Shabbos. Then the Mashbiach says about that. But that would say 2 kedusha saying, and you should not eat, is a place with low samech daite. So if you're samech das from Erev Shabbos and then Yontif, sometimes Erev Shabbos to eat this fruit on Yontif, then you're asking on Shabbos works for Yontif. Consider kedusha achas. If you're not samech das from Erev Shabbos for eating on Yontif, so asking on Shabbos does not work for Yontif because Shtei Kedusha saying. That's what the Mashbiach says in Pshat here. Rav Yimona is now going to bring a raya to this premise of the distinction between Nismcha Daito and not Nismcha Daito. Amar Yimona, Rabbi Yona's son. Amar Yimona Milan, Rabbanan B'San Rabbi Yona Abba. The following words of Rabbanan assist Rabbi Yona, the father. At the end of the we learned over there, so somebody who took a neder that his friend must eat by him. In other words, I'm sorry, he must eat by his friend. I took a neder, I'm going to eat by my friend. For no mamin on my side, I don't trust my meiser. Yana b'shem b'shmo b'shem Rabbi Yona said b'Shabbos shel prutgamia hitiru mishmivnei eva. So it's a Shabbos, a prutgamia, which is an interesting Greek word, which Mashbiach says means the I thought he says why. Same Mishum Eva. Anything Moshe explained that? Um, Sudas Hamishta She'osa Chasan B'Nisuin. There's some name which is Tilazei Lechol Imon Mishum Eva. Okay, so this is like a Sheva Brachos, the first meal after the Chasna, and if he doesn't eat with the Mechutan, I guess, whoever this other fellow is, it's going to cause Eva. So they're Mati Mishum Eva. So B'Shabbos Shuprukmatia. They're Mati Mishum Eva with this like Shabbos Sheva Brachos, this meal between the two sides of the Chasna. Lo beperush niswale daito aleim erev Shabbos. He. It's not about Paris where there was so mechdas from erev Shabbos, and therefore lo ma'alim ibn Eva. The only reason why it's mutter is because of Eva. But and so just like this psudas pragmatia, where lo samcha daito erev Shabbos to eat these peros, that we're only matir mishum Eva, and not because and there's no not. There's no inquiry involved. So too, Shayla doesn't work from Shabbos Yontiv unless they were Somech. Unless he was Somech ahead of time. As it says here. Eva, that only works because of Eva, because Lo Somcha Daito. Had it been Somech Das, then we're going to be able to rely on Shayla. So we see that Shayla only works in Shayla works where when you're Somech Das, not when you're not Somech Das. And when you're Somech Das, it works from one day to the other. Which is a very difficult pshat. I wrote on the side of Gemara that all the pshatim in this Gemara are difficult. Let's see what the Reb Chaim says. Reb Chaim says that Pesh Nischa Daito Lem of Shabbos is to say now, which is not, it's not nothing to do with two kedushos. The two kedushos. Well, interesting. Okay, he says the way Reb Chaim explains it. Let's go back. He says. Very different shot. He says, "Mandam shtei kedusha saying eno ochel eno ochel." You can't differentiate it's one to the other. No, not true. Well, the mandam is well. Man shtei saying ochel. No, I feel man shtei kedusha saying ochel shlon yer laser maaser being a sign. So he says that the way Reb Chaim explains it, from you can't eat from Shabbos and Motzei Shabbos because you can meiser Motzei Shabbos, but from Shabbos to Yontif, since you can't meiser be between them, even though always Yontif and Shabbos are two kedushos, or Shteim Tamish Shogoyes, it's two kedushos. Here it's one kedusha because there's no time to meiser between the two of them, and then. The new thing is, that's if it was that works even if it's two kedushos because any yochel has being no sign. Now this Rabbi Yohanan Shem Rabbi Zira is not going back on the 2 days, according to Reb Chaim. It's going on. They're going back in the Mishnah and saying when do we rely on the Amoritz? Only 2 days. If he was Somech Das for Erev Shabbos, so then he can ask him on Shabbos and eat on it and eat on the basis of his response. Here it says achal, but in the Reb Chaim, but I think it says aval in the Gemara. I think it works better with aval. If he wasn't learning this food from Erev Shabbos, if this wasn't for Shabbos, he just decides, oh, I want to eat this on Shabbos, then we don't allow him to rely on asking them the Amoritz. Amran Mara, according to this, Mara says, Milan the Rabban Messiah by Biyana Abba. If somebody is supposed to eat by somebody, he doesn't trust him. I said, Yaram Shem Shmo Seb Shem B'Yochar. B'Shabbos Shel Pragmati Sheva Brachas Hitumne Eva. They're matir on Shabbos Sheva Brachas because of Eva. According to Reb Chaim, learns this. He says, "B'Shabbos Shel Pragmati Lo B'Perishis Chalem B'Erev Shabbos." So the again, I'm sorry. He also reads it in Nichusa. Shabbos shel pragmatia lo beperush nismchale dato le'erev Shabbos. So the Shabbos shel pragmatia he did not have in mind, evidently, from erev Shabbos to eat there. In other words, the guest, the one who's mudar and must eat there, did not have in mind. No, so according to Reb Chaim, it's like this: the host makes the guest. Is Madi the guest? He says, if you don't eat by me, the Shabbos you're moving hanor for me. As a Shabbos bracha, so obviously he doesn't want to insult the host. So evidently that is not called nisma chadaito because he's being compelled to eat there on Shabbos. So therefore, it's not considered to be nisma chadaito, and the only reason it's mutter is because of Eva. But it was not Eva, so we will not allow it. So so it must be because it's what's in between our Mishnah and where we allow asking, and this here where he doesn't have to ask, but he relies on Eva. Must be our Mishnah only applies when nismcha daito on his fruit erev Shabbos, meaning it's his own fruits and he planned to eat it, not where he is compelled to be a guest by someone else. That's what Chaim learns it. Okay, I think it's somewhat more glass than the Mashbiach. Okay, so now we have a new issue. Shalosh Shabbos Rishona v'lo ba. The way the Mashbiach gear says here, he says Shalosh Shabbos Rishona v'lo achlan. He asked him for Shabbos, so he didn't eat them. Ba Shabbos Shniyat lo yechal shiaser. He only gets one Shabbos. He doesn't have a great. But if he doesn't eat the first Shabbos, then he can't eat the second one on second Shabbos until he meisers. Ad shishalenu, or ask him again. So it says Mavlok Far Shalom, he already asked him once, or maybe on a Taman, but who the Shal Nafshay? There's a person who asked about himself. Ram Hacha, but who the Shal Chorini Lave? So he's asking somebody else about him. So Reb Chaim explains that if he asked the first Shabbos, he asked Amoritz. Then the second Shabbos, he should send a friend to ask him, and in order to verify what he said the first Shabbos, and therefore, maybe it's for verification. He wants to. He's supposed to send somebody else a second Shabbos. So I guess Chazal didn't want you to ask. They didn't want you to ask again. That'd be nudging. That would be unpolite. But they said, okay, so somebody else to ask. That is also one of the Mashbiach says. Okay, Rabbi Yoni boy. So Rabbi Yonah asked, so according to Mashbiach, he's going on what he said before, and Rabbi Yonah is asking if the second time he can ask himself in a crooked way. That, in other words, okay, he himself can ask it the same way he asked before, but maybe he can find some way to ask it in a twisted way, and that way the guy won't get upset at him, and perhaps he's going to answer him and will answer him truthfully. That is the way the Mashbiach learns it. The way Reb Chaim learns it, it's not the same guy. uh, uh, this is it's not going on the second time around. It's going even on the first time around, and it's saying that not perhaps you should ask him derech hakalton. That was he asked. You shouldn't ask him explicitly if his mitzvah is fruit or not, or you should say, "Well, did you forget the mitzvah because you were told?" It's kind of like making a meisech v'tumos situation. Right? You're not asking him, "Did you mitzvah?" Ask him, maybe you forgot the mitzvah because you were told. And of course, he's going to he will answer, and there's less likely to get upset. So according to the Mashbiach, Shol Derech HaKaton is going the second time he's asking a question whether you have to dafka send somebody else or he can ask himself in a roundabout way. According to the Reb Chaim, it says no. The first time you ask, when you ask the Amar, it's the way to ask him is to ask in a roundabout way. Okay, so the Gemara says Rabbi Yana Kedaite. Rabbi Yaina follows his line of reasoning, which we know from Ma'aser Shoya. Yona zamichiti min bar chakula. Yona bought wheat from a person in a village. Nafak legabe. And so he went to ask him. It's not that I suspect you. Because I bought from you wheat. I saw a lot of people were gathered around you. And it might have been very discombobulating to you. I said, maybe you forgot to fix them. Metaknin havyon. So were they fixed? So the mashbiach here takes these words, next words, and uproots them from here, and actually it works out better even according to Reb Chaim to uproot these words and put them previously. And he says that the way to read is like this: Rabbi Yonah Zavin Chitim in the Bar Chakula, Nav Gabe, Toana Lave. In other words, these words, Toani Lave, uh, uh, Tiny Lave, his text word Chaska. Yeah, Tiny Lave. Oh, yeah, he takes out the word. That word says Tiny Lave, Shaw, Shaw, the Chaza B'Shaw. So, Nava Gabe, Tiny Lave, he asked again. Amar Le, so the Bar Chakula said, Ma, Anachashi Le, I might suspect you. No, he said, Lo Danachashi Lach. It's not that I suspect you. Yes, I'm Nachitim, Chamiz, Chlusin Lach, Varta Tima in Ashte Metakna. Avion. Okay? And Metakna Avion, within Metak Metzuka. And this is the Derech Akalton. So this, again, the way according to read it, according to the Mashbiach, which will also work out better according to Reb Chaim. I guess not necessarily. And that's how you do this. It's like Rabbi Yonah Zami Chitim in the Bar Chakula, Navagabe, and Ton Olave. And he asked him again. Or he asked, according to Mashbi asked again, according to Reb Chaim, it's the first time. So the seller said, "Man chashli, what am I suspect to you?" And down that Rabbi Yonah answered, "Lo no chashi lachem. That's I don't suspect you." Hizam nechiti chamisa chlusin olach b'amriz dilma and anshte metakna havya were they fixed or not? I do see according to Mashbiach now that the word mechazka. Tom Mechazka Lave, he changes to Mechazra. That was the second time around, right? So the way he reads it is Tom Mechazra Lave. He went back and asked him again. So that's the Shitas and the Mashbiach. They're going on the second time. He's asking, not the first time he's asking. And this has brought us to the top of Daf Hey. So we will stop here for today.